On the 14th day of August, we celebrate the memory of the Prophet Micah. Born in Morjat to the west of Hebron in the country of Judah, the holy prophet Micah, who was probably of peasant origin, exercised his ministry during the reigns of Jotam, Uzzah, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. He was contemporary of the prophets Isaiah. He may have been one of his disciples, Amos and Hosea, and, like them, full of strength and the breath of God, he undertook to proclaim to Jacob his crime and to Israel his sin. Calling on the mountains, those places of divine revelation, as witnesses, he announced that the Lord was about to enter into judgment with his people, to demand an accounting for their ingratitude. Listen, O mountains, to the judgment of the Lord. Give ear, enduring foundations of the earth. For the Lord has a controversy with his people, and he will contend against Israel. O my people, what have I done unto you, and wherein have I wearied you? Testify against me. Did I not bring you out from the land of Egypt, and redeem you from the house of slavery? He found the people guilty not only of impiety and negligence in their religious duties, but also of transgressions against the law of love towards their neighbors. The faithful have disappeared from the land, all lie in wait for blood, and each hunts his brother with nets. Sin and impiety have spread everywhere. The wicked plan evil on their beds, and carry it out once the day is broken. The leaders devour the flesh of the people and abhor justice, perverting all equality. The magistrates take bribes, the priests eagerly seek payment, the false prophets announce happiness and prosperity in return for money, and all lean on the ancient promises of God, saying, "Is the Lord not in our midst? No evil shall come upon us." Micah was ready to travel throughout the land, barefoot and naked, lamenting and mourning, for there was no remedy against the blows of the Lord which were to fall on his holy place. Wreaking vengeance by the hands of the Assyrian invaders from the north, he will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. The mountains will melt under his step. The valleys collapse as wax before the fire, as waters poured on a steep place. He would strike Samaria first, and then his blows would fall on Jerusalem, to punish the crimes of the people, and especially the greatest they have committed, the schism between the kingdom of the north and that of Judah. Pronouncing these oracles of woe, the prophet Micah despised all human respect and all fear of the powerful of this world, looking only to the Lord and hoping in God and would save his people just as he has chastised them. It was true that Zion would become like a plowed field, Jerusalem a heap of ruins, and the mountains of the temple a wooded height. But after this trial, the Lord would be reconciled with his people, and would reign forever in a renewed Zion. And in the days to come, the mountain of the house of the Lord will be established as the highest of mountains, and all the people shall stream to Jerusalem. The Jews who had returned from exile, the remnant of Israel, but also numerous peoples, would all mount up to the temple of the glory of the Lord. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. But they shall all sit under their own vine and under their own fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. This new era of peace and harmony was to be inaugurated from Bethlehem, the house of Ephratah, the least of the clans of Judah, until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth to give birth to the King Messiah, whose goings forth have been from old, from everlasting. Thus announcing the birth of the Messiah, the prophet makes it clear that it is he who will shepherd a renewed flock by the power of the Lord, for he shall be great to the ends of the earth. In this new Zion, the spiritual Jerusalem, which designates the church, whose frontiers stretch to the extremities of the earth, all peoples will gather together, from Assyria to Egypt, from Tyre to the river, from sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. For God will regard them with favor and give his grace once more. The prophecy of Micah finishes with an appeal for mercy, which the Messiah will come to accomplish. Once more, have mercy on us. Tread our iniquity underfoot and cast our sins into the depths of the sea. It is not known whether the prophet Micah died in peace or whether he was a victim of the Israelites whom he rebuked. But what is certain is that he was buried close to the village where he was born, and that his relics were found along with those of the prophet Habakkuk during the reign of Theodosius the Great, after a revelation to the bishop of Eleutheropolis. A shrine was then built in his honor. This reading has come from the Synaxarion, whose copyright belongs to Sebastian Press.